Gentlemen, welcome to this channel once again as we meet each other after a break. I hope that you have enjoyed my previous videos covering earth moving machineries, highlighting heavy construction equipment, material handling equipment, and methods. The last two episodes were focusing briefly on material handling techniques currently in practice. Today, I would like to elaborate a bit more on the same subject. If you ask a group of people, what do they mean by material handling? Of course, you can listen to different answer. Some people will say it is the movement and storage of material in a factory. Some others will say it is the movement and control of material in a production process. Others may comment focusing more on warehousing and logistics of finished goods. Basically, they all are speaking about material handling. It's a fact that material handling is not an inexpensive operation, and you will be adding extra money to your production cost. The cost of moving commodities in a plant are much higher than moving finished goods to a customer. It takes several hours of moving raw materials, and you need to ensure availability of proper machines in place. At the end of the day, you will be more concerned about the cost associated with your material handling process. In early days, people were thinking that material handling does not add any value and it only increases the production cost. It is because you need to have well-trained operators, and maintaining such kind of staff is expensive. So people prefer to go for automation and related material handling system as far as a production plant was concerned. As you know, the modern trend is to look for flexible systems which can perform multiple tasks. It doesn't mean that you can dispose with traditional material handling equipment or methods. There is no doubt they will remain in the industry as an integral part of day-to-day operations. One of the traditional methods of material handling in a factory is an overhead crane and hoist system. It is primarily for lifting and lowering load. Also, there is a component making it to move horizontally. In any material handling system, a hoist is used to accurately position a load. The crane and hoist system has basically a fixed pulley, a movable pulley with a hook for attaching the load, and a connecting cable. They can access limited area only, and they are recommended for medium load. The most popular among those cranes are bridge cranes and jeep cranes. In case you need to operate in a rectangular area, you go for bridge cranes. And if you need to work in a circular or semicircular area, you go for a jeep crane. And now let us see, where do we install these cranes? The bridge cranes can be mounted either on the ceilings or on the walls or on the floor with a support. If you mount on a ceiling or on a wall, the steel support structure of the crane does not interfere with the operations. But it will exert tremendous stress on the building, and You need a rigid building and wall structure for its smooth operations. In case of floor supported cranes, it does not exert any stress on the ceiling or on the walls. It's a freestanding structure which will only exert stress on the floor. So you will require reinforced concrete floor for operating floor-mounted cranes. The installation of floor-mounted cranes are relatively easier compared to roof-mounted or wall-mounted cranes. As you select a certain capacity crane to operate, the support structure has to be designed considerably. It should be designed considering the capacity requirements. Also, another factor to consider is how faster or slower that you need in your cycle of operations. If you choose a longer bridge crane, you will get slower production cycles. And if you go for shorter lengths, you will find faster production cycles. Also, the height of crane has to be chosen as minimum as possible for faster operations. This is because you only can control and position a lower load. Okay, now what about the jib cranes? As I said before, it can be used for circular or semicircular areas of operations. It can be mounted either on the walls or on the floor. As you think deeply on an overhead crane and hoist system, you will see the heart of an overhead crane is the hoist. It is an important component of an overhead crane. It is like how cement, an important ingredient for concrete. It is a crane that is moving the hoist all around. As you think of a crane, it will move in two or more dimensions. The hoist is perfect for moving vertical loads. For example, an elevator moves in vertical direction. The hoists use wire ropes or chains to lift materials. The hoists are operated either manually, pneumatically, hydraulically, or electrically because you need to actuate the hoist motor. The simplest among hoists is a manual lifting hoist. That uses two different chains. One is the hand chain, which is used to control the lifting and lowering action, and the load chain, which supports the load. The most common power source is electrical, but the pneumatic power is used for high-speed operations and also in hazardous areas where electricity is not advisable. If someone needs to operate a hoist, it is mandatory to ensure that the safe working load of the hoist is not exceeded. Also, the operator must be trained to allow the safety guidelines. Many accidents occur because operators simply don't understand that they are doing something really dangerous. There are different types of hoists: electrical chain hoist, electric motor hoist, electrical pulley hoist, electric monorail hoist, single speed, double speed electric hoist, and even explosion-proof hoists. Simply speaking, a chain hoist is a mechanism used to lift and lower heavy loads using a chain. When the chain is pulled, it winds around the wheels and begins to lift the item that is attached to a rope or chain by way of a hook. When a hoist is mounted on a trolley, to a trolley on a fixed monorail, then you get motion of load in two directions, forward or reverse, and up and down. When a hoist is mounted on a crane, you get three different motions: forward, reverse, right or left, up and down. There are some terminology used in a hoist system, and let us be familiar with those. They are important in choosing the right capacity hoist. Let us see what do we understand from the terms reach, lift, and headroom. We know that the hoist sits on something which we call as either rail or thread line, or sometimes we call as a hoist suspension system or point, trolley beam running system, or pad eye, different names. And we know that the hoist is connected to a load through normally a hook, chain, cable, or wire rope. Let us see what is lift in a hoist system. As you measure the distance between the hook at topmost position to the bottom position, you will get the lifting height. Now, what is a headroom? As you measure the distance between the rail on the hoist where it sits and the hook at its topmost position is called the headroom. When we add up the lift and the headroom, we will be finding the reach. It means reach is the distance between the rail on which the hoist sits and bottommost position of the hook. Very simple to understand. Now, it is important to understand the lifting speed. Hoists are designed for single speed or variable speed. The two factors that affect the lifting speed are the weight of load and the height. A higher capacity hoist tend to lower the lifting speed. If you choose variable speed, you can manage to operate between a range of load. In other terms, used in hoist system are line item and lifting capacity. As we use different medium to lift a load, such as chain, cable, or wire rope, strap, webbing, these are line items. Lifting capacity of the hoist is a maximum load that it can be lifted. Always remember to select a load capacity higher than your heaviest load. Do not underestimate the scope of applications with a hoist. It is not just something to use only in an industry, but you can also use them in handling cargo, construction, warehouses, and similar applications. I hope that you have enjoyed this session. Please share with me your feedback. This is Tajuddin Qasim signing off. God willing, see you soon in the next part. Till then, goodbye.